new episode of the Minigames podcast. This is episode 29. We have officially reached my age in terms of podcasts. Episodes, I should say. And next week is Dirty 30. Maybe we do something special, or maybe it's like last week and nothing of any actual importance happens. Last week was rough. Sorry, I guess. But we're back. We got some good shit for you this week. I'm your host, Mike. As usual, we got your co-host, Keith.
Last week was rough, but we're like Chumbawamba. When we get knocked down, get back up again. You're never going to keep us down.
Remember when Chumbawamba broke up right in front of you?
Right when I was literally saying, all I need in life is to see Chumbawamba. And I open Twitter, and the first thing I see is Chumbawamba breaking up.
Honestly, love that for you.
You know, that day was the day when thousands of people saying the Black Eyed Peas right around me. And everyone in our friend group turned around and said, oh shit.
All right, so for context here.
Give him the story.
So a little bit of backstory. Here's the thing with Keith. Every time he hears that one Black Eyed Peas song, what's the actual name of that song? I Got a Feeling, I think.
Yeah, that one. I just, fuck it. Fuck that song.
Anytime Keith hears that song, something insanely bad happens to him and him only, and it's the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Well, you're not me.
Yeah. Well, most people aren't you, so yes, it's the funniest thing in the world. We were at, was it Sugar Ray?
Yeah, it was Sugar Ray, Everclear, and
Marcy Playground.
Gym Blossoms. Marcy also, Playground, Gym Blossoms.
Wasn't Lit on that too?
Lit was on that, yes.
Wow, so we were at the most 90s show you could possibly imagine. It was a free show, by the way. I don't think any of us would have paid money to be... Okay, you know what? Maybe we would have paid money to be there, but we didn't have...
I would have paid money to see Everclear and Gym Blossoms. That's real. I would have.
We would have, but we didn't have to pay money to be there. Point is, we were there. Suddenly, that Black Eyed Peas song comes on. And keep in mind...
Mid-Sugar Ray set.
Mid-Sugar Ray set. And keep in mind, the venue that this took place in was basically like the equivalent of like an aircraft hangar. So it's like this big, empty-ass room. So yeah, obviously that song comes up over the PA, I think, and the entire room starts singing it. And of course, I immediately look at Keith and think, "Oh no, something's about to happen," but you know, like in a joking manner. And I think this was later on in the same night because you know we're at a big '90s show essentially.
Right.
It's like, oh, we've seen Sugar Ray, and it's like, oh, Keith says, now all I need is to see Chumbawamba and my life would be complete. And literally that night, Chumbawamba broke up.
That exact moment. And I was like, fucking Black Eyed Peas. They had one song, and all I needed was to see one song. And Will I fucking am. And Fergie's alright, but she's associated, so I'll say fuck her for that song.
Oh, that was so good.
The worst.
So yeah, in case anyone's wondering, the Black Eyed Peas broke up Chumbawamba.
And life is hard because of that.
Yeah. You know, did Chumbawamba have any more than that one song?
I don't know, dude. Did OMC make anything other than How Bizarre? No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, speaking of, this is on the topic of faded rock legends. So for full, like, I work like a corporate job, right? Like I work in healthcare. So, you know, to keep things fun around the office, it's like, oh, here's a theme week. And today, a day of recording this, Wednesday, September 9th, it was like rock and roll day. So it's just like, oh, basically just wear a band t-shirt, to which I was like,
Diamond baby.
To which I was like, oh, good. That's my entire closet. I'm prepared. And so like, and part of the theme was like, oh, we were just playing a bunch of like classic rock songs. And one of my coworkers didn't know that Freddie Mercury was dead because
oh no.
Like Queen started playing. And someone was like, what's Queen doing now? Which is, a genuine question. And I was like, oh, that dude
There's an answer.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that dude that was on American Idol is like singing for them now. And she was like, wait, when did Freddie Mercury quit the band? And I was like that's one of those that's one of those questions where it's like I was like, oh, the way that registered in my brain is that's a funny joke. You know what I mean? Like that's where my brain first went. I was like
you're trolling. Clearly trolling.
I was like, that's a move that I respect as someone who also is fond of trolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, haha, what? And they were like, yeah, like I thought he was still in the band. And I was like, what? Yeah. And she was like, yeah, when did he quit? And that, that look on someone's face when you can tell they're being 100% serious?
Yeah. And they kind of feel like that slight, like shame, like I should know this, but I know I don't.
Yeah. And and they were giving me they had that look on their face, like that they were serious. And also they gave me a look like I didn't know what I was talking about. And that's what I was just like, Freddie Mercury's been dead for my entire life.
How did that hit them?
They were like, what? I was like, there's literally a movie about him. He died of AIDS so long ago.
How did that even happen? Like you said, there's a movie.
There's a
high profile movie at
there's
that.
a high profile, very mediocre movie starring a great actor of Rami Malek. But yeah, I couldn't. I was so confused. I don't like to be because there's no I don't take pride out of being oh, the gatekeeper. I can't believe you didn't know this fact about this band. But it's
this is bigger than that though.
Yeah, it's Freddie fucking Mercury.
Yeah, this is bigger than how did you not know this?
No, this is really straight up. How did you not know this?
Yeah, exactly. Fun fact: did you know Rami Malek is in Breaking Dawn Part 2?
Is he?
Yeah, so my girlfriend and I watched them. She finally did all of Star Wars, liked them, so she's like, I'll pick the next ones. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever you want. And she picked Twilight. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever. I read those, no big deal. And full fact, I did read 3 and an 1/8 of Breaking Dawn. So basically up until they do it, because that was my main curiosity of the series.
And you were just like, I along with Bella and Edward have reached the climax of this story. I have nothing more to invest in.
Pretty much. I read all 3 books, and she was horny as shit the whole time, and so was he, but he was scared as shit too. So then finally they get married, and then they do it, and I thought, okay, yeah, I got that question answered, so here we go. And I literally put the book down and never looked back. So watching the movie this time, this is my first time finding out what actually happens. And then we got to part 2 of Breaking Dawn. I see the opening credits. This is Rami Malek, and I'm like, no shit, he's in this, and he's in a very semi-prominent role in the movie too.
Is he really?
Yeah. So without going into too far in detail, basically they're trying to recruit other vampires for a potential vampire showdown. So they're going across the world to see all the other vampires in hiding, and sure enough, he's one of the first ones, and he's right there in all his chin and glory. And he sticks around. He goes back to Forks and hangs out. He's got a speaking role throughout the whole movie. And now he's noticeable. If you go back and see it now, it's holy shit, it's Rami Malek.
You know what? Good for him.
Yeah, he got that vampire money.
Yeah, and then he got that Freddie Mercury money. He's got that Mr. Robot money. I'd say he had that Until Dawn money, but I don't think that game really made any money. But good for Rami Malek. I like him a lot.
Me too. I don't even know what he's coming up in. I don't know.
He's probably in something.
Or in quarantine.
Or in quarantine. Like we should be.
Yeah. Especially for Robert Pattinson, bringing it back to Twilight. Get well soon, dude. That movie looks sick, and I can't be risking that going to shit.
Yo, yeah, for real. Finding out that Robert Pattinson has COVID hurt me on an emotional level. I was like, no, he's the Batman.
Dude, and have you seen his other movies?
Yeah, Lighthouse was fucking great.
Lighthouse is great. Watch Good Time on Netflix if you haven't watched that.
I have not seen that.
Same two brothers as the guys that did Uncut Gems.
Okay.
But I personally like this one more. I like this one more. I mean, I liked Uncut Gems. Don't get me wrong. It's a great
I haven't
movie,
seen that either.
but it's an anxiety-driven movie. It's a roller coaster. This one is too. It's basically Robert Pattinson being a dickhole throughout a night while trying to save his brother, who's not a dickhole.
Speaking of anxiety-inducing things, have you seen I'm Thinking of Ending Things or whatever it is on Netflix?
No, I briefly saw the thumbnail and I was like, what is this? And that's about it.
Oh, I was hoping you had. I keep hearing that that's a ride, so I think that's probably going to be the next thing I watch. Full disclosure, this week I'm working, since we had Labor Day off, I'm working 4 10-hour shifts, so I am not only don't have time for anything, I'm exhausted.
And we're recording.
Yeah, here we are. So maybe this weekend I watch that and post a review, because we're apparently now a film and TV podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, hi. The Minigames podcast. We talk about video games sometimes, and other times we talk
The Rock.
We talk about The Rock, and we talk about everything but video games. Keith, what have you been playing lately? Have you been playing anything lately? I know it's been dry for you these past few weeks.
I kind of figured, okay, well, I'm waiting on the build. I got back into Pokemon Platinum just to kind of finally get that going. That just happened, so there's not really much to report there. But I guess this is adjacent. I'm playing it. Fantasy football, did a couple drafts. Let's go.
Fantasy football is just almost like is just what baseball is, but like a little bit more real, so I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm playing it.
Fantasy football doesn't have blood rain, though.
That is true. Blood rain is an amazing thing that needs to be in football, although it is COVID season, so things can happen.
The world is baseball's oyster.
That it is. And I don't know if I'm in 2 leagues or 3 leagues. Apparently, the league that I was in last year got like last minute revived, and they were drafting today, and they were saying, "Hey, where are you?" And I'm thinking, dude, nobody told me about this. He's like, "Oh, well, just join anyway. Auto draft is doing good for you." So, yeah, I'm probably just gonna leave it alone so I don't have to pay the $20 to play.
Is fantasy football just auto chess?
Kinda. Yeah, except you're a little bit less control. You're more predicting the auto chess, basically.
Okay.
You just kind of trying to get your best lineup and hope they come through.
Yeah, because let me tell you, if there's one thing if there's one thing I just in this world I sort of just don't understand, it's fantasy football. Like the whole concept of it. Like I don't get it.
Okay. Easiest way to over-explain it. You recruit quarterbacks, or you pick up quarterbacks, you pick up receivers, like one of every position. Just to make it simple, we'll just say one of every position. You try to get the highest performing one, and they contribute to your team's overall score, while the other person's trying to do the same thing. So let's just say running back scores a touchdown, you get 6 points, plus whatever yardage if you're doing like that much in detail. You get points per yards and things like that.
Okay, so how does this work? Are you basically building like an all-star team, or do you just pick, say, the New England Patriots, and you get to pick from a roster of the New England Patriots?
All-star team. One from everybody. Although for defense, you just pick like this team's defense and special teams. That's it. Unless you're playing in like a league that has defensive players individually, which is really just unnecessary. No, I don't like it. I did it once and I thought this is too much.
So in theory, could I have a team of like 50 Colin Kaepernicks?
If your league allows 50 slots, then theoretically yes, but actually no, probably not, because usually you can only pick one of every player.
I don't know if I like fantasy football now.
He's in Madden this year, so you can do it there.
Hey, news bit early. Haha.
Yeah, there we go. So
yeah, that's it for you, fantasy football?
Yeah, I'll be providing updates. Might as well.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah. And then as we get bigger, we'll have the official Minigames Fantasy Football League one year.
Absolutely not. Only if I can have 50 Colin Kaepernicks.
I'll let you do it.
Okay, thank you.
I need a free win, so.
Watch me just steamroll.
That's not how it works.
Watch me be an unbeatable force.
You play Dungeons and Dragons. You should know you can't just do that.
I play Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, you can just do that. If you're the DM, you can do whatever you want.
I'm telling Trevor.
That's fine. Tell Trevor. See if I care. I'm the DM. Next session, I'll just have him fight 50 Colin Kaepernicks.
If that doesn't happen, I'm gonna be pissed. It's pod official.
Yeah, please hold me to that.
I'm telling Trevor.
Okay, do it. See if I care.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. Pokemon Platinum and Fantasy Football. The start of it. First games yesterday as of this episode coming out. So yeah, let's go winning team. I don't care. I got individual players.
Pokemon and Fantasy Football. What a fucking diverse lineup that is.
Look, dude.
Well, when you think about it, Pokemon is kind of just fantasy football, right?
Yeah, Fantasy Football is an RPG.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, same thing. Final Fantasy Football. How's that?
I respect it.
I would love a fantasy football, but Final Fantasy. So it's like my quarterback would be Sephiroth, and then he would. It's basically NFL Blitz.
So whoever drafts Ares is just screwed.
Yes. Whoever drafts Ares or who's another worthless Final Fantasy character? Kate Sith. Yeah, whoever drafts them, that's just bad luck. Goodbye. Like don't even play the game.
And a wild card, put a chocobo in the flex spot.
Dude, honestly,
can play any position.
Yeah, straight up with the legs on Chocobo, that's like one hell of a running back you have there. I would not want to be the person on the receiving end of being tackled by a Chocobo.
Yeah, but I mean, they can't stiff arm you, can they?
They have big legs. They can stiff leg you.
I just picture like getting like stomped by a big bird leg.
Okay, fantasy football, but it's Muppets. Because now that you said Big Bird.
It's fantasy football, but it's Jim Henson creation, so that means Ninja Turtles are in.
Ninja Turtles is a Jim Henson creation?
I think he did the suits for the 90s one.
Oh.
Counts.
That explains why they're semi-terrifying.
Yep.
Oh wow, I learned something new today. Anyway, what have I been playing? So I've almost beat Crystal Chronicles. I'm at like the last map level, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if I was just bad at video games when I was a kid or they actually made this game easier, but this game was hella easy this time.
So it's way beyond me getting the game to play with you.
Well, I mean, now that I honestly, I just plan on starting a new character once I'm done with this one. So, there's that.
There's that, but there's another game coming out soon that I might end up picking up beforehand. Foreshadowing.
But yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is also something else that I've been playing besides Crystal Chronicles. I've been playing that a lot the past few days. And are you ready for my official review of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2?
Hit me with it.
I think this is a Game of the Year contender.
Holy shit.
This is like full-on nostalgia, like rosy tinted glasses, like full-on nostalgia goggles shit. But besides the fact that it just like looks a lot better, this is the most Tony Hawk game that I've played probably since Underground. It's a lot of fucking fun, man.
It looks fun, and I hear nothing but great things about it, and I'm slightly bummed that I don't have my build for it. But also that much more excited to get my build for it too.
Honestly, after Pro Skater 5, I was so scared of this game. I was like, I want it to be good so bad, but it's possible this could be the biggest pile of shit of all time. And not only that, but it's going to shit on something that I loved as a child.
Right.
But man, did they fucking knock it out of the park with this, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, and it looks like there's like just so much stuff you can do with it, whether it be the creative park or even change the gameplay to where it's like strictly Tony Hawk 1 with no manuals, or you can leave them in and have like a new take on old levels. It seems like the perfect way to do a remake.
Yeah, this is I think this is going to be like one of the poster children going forward, like to how you do a remake. I straight up do not have a bad thing to say about this game. I'm not going to say it's perfect because, you know, it's hard to be perfect, but as a to try to think of something negative to say about this game, I fucking can't.
Oh man, it takes it back to the times where you just played a game just to do crazy shit and didn't have to be real.
Exactly. It's so fucking sick. Also, the new songs on the soundtrack, there's some fucking hits in there besides American Nightmare.
Oh, there's more, you say?
Yeah, standout track for me. There's this band, they're from Houston. They're called Junk Bunny. They have a song on there called Sedona. If you like any sort of like 90s alt rock, a la something like Nirvana, like Smashing Pumpkins, you know, fuzzy guitar tones, like this is a real good band for you. It's so fucking good.
If you liked 1994 as a year, basically.
Yes, if you were alive and had a good time during 1994, and perhaps were from Seattle, this is definitely the band for you.
Shout out to Seattle Garages. But
yeah, I straight up, this is a game of the year contender for me. I think it's a really good fucking game. They had every opportunity in the world to fuck this up, I feel. There were so many ways they could have made this a piece of trash, but I think they really took their time with it, and they made something really special. There's like good features in there. Like you said, the creative park is cool. They have they have a store, like an in-game store that you can buy stuff for your custom character, but as far as I know, none of it is bought with real money. All of it is straight up just stuff you earn in-game.
That's cool.
So it seems like there's no microtransactions or anything like that, as far as I've seen. Yeah, it's one hell of a fucking game. I've been thinking about it nonstop the past few days. That's how good this fucking game is. Like, I'll be at work and I'm thinking like, damn dog, I really just want to fucking kickflip right now.
Well, you know what's really cool, and I think part of it is really due to Skate. Kind of, there was hype off of Skate saying, okay, they're back, they're doing another one, and that announcement alone got a lot of hype. And then to say, hey, remember us? We're coming sooner. And obviously, it wasn't planned because of Skate or anything like that. It was already in motion. But the timing of it saying, oh, you like skating? Guess what we got coming to you right now. So it just kind of worked in its own perfect way for this like bubble of time that it released in.
Yeah, I don't think it could have come out at a better time. And I'm pretty sure, well, not pretty sure, very sure, like you said, that the momentum that like skating games got in general from that new Skate announcement definitely helped this a lot. Because I know Skate, like, it's personally not a game that I got into because that was too quote unquote serious of a skating game for me. I like the Tony Hawk games because they're straight up just dumb as hell. Like,
right,
you know, shit that you straight up cannot do in real life. But since I think a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for Skate, those people that have nostalgia for Skate have a lot of nostalgia for probably Tony Hawk 1 and 2. And so I think that announcement probably had them being like, oh, fuck.
Well, Skate worked because it didn't try to be Tony Hawk. So they're different games. And I loved Skate, to be honest, so I'm really excited that I literally get to dive into best of both worlds, because Skater XL, I think to me it's too much of Skate. It's different mechanics, but it's just too much, and not for me. And I'm getting, in my shoes, literally the best of both. So I'm excited. Once I get the build, it's happening. I guess after Battletoads. I guess.
Yeah, no, after I subject you to Battletoads, you can cleanse your palate with Tony Hawk.
Sure.
But yeah, that's basically all I've been playing. Like, straight up, I can't wait to play more Tony Hawk this week or this weekend whenever I have time. What's cool is, like, it's a game where I don't have to invest like a lot of time into playing it. Like I can, like if I wanted to play Crystal Chronicles, like the last session that I played of that game, I literally just sat in front of my TV for fucking 5 hours to get a bunch of shit done.
Right.
If I want like a little just like bite-sized experience, I can just go to Tony Hawk, pick a level. I mean, a session is 2 minutes.
Right.
I have 2 minutes of time. I just go around, try to get a fucking high score. Obviously, I end up
grab a secret tape.
Yeah, I end up obviously playing for way more than that 2 minutes every single time. But it's like, oh, I want to get a little bit of a game in. I'll just fire up Tony Hawk, play a little jam, and then go back to whatever I want, whatever else I was doing. It's really good for that. I feel like this is a game that I would like on Switch.
That would be cool. I don't know how you do it because I feel like I heard that there's a lot going on in this game, and I don't know if the Switch will be able to handle that. But there is rumors of a new Switch coming out next year, though.
Yeah, I mean, if they eventually did do like a Switch 2 or Switch 1.5 or whatever it is, I think it'd be cool to see like some games take advantage of that. I don't know if you could put out a new Switch though without alienating that bought in for with the original Switch.
I mean, if you could do it with the PS4 Pro and the One X, I suppose it should be fine. I think it might be a little more tricky with the Switch, but I don't see it completely being impossible.
Yeah, but if it gets to the point where only the new thing can play games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and the old one can't, then that's when it gets like...
I guess you're right on that one. It's a little bit more.
Because then me, with my OG Switch, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, that's basically all I've been playing. Just a lot of fucking Tony Hawk. You know, World of Warcraft here and there, Fall Guys here and there. One thing, taking advantage of Game Pass, I got Crusader Kings 3. If you don't know what Crusader Kings is, it is basically like an RTS game. Did you ever play like Romance of the Three Kings or anything like those games back in the day?
Not specifically that one, but I've had a lot of RTS games back when that was all I could do.
Well, you know, it's basically one of those old school RTSs where like there's no units or anything. You're just looking at a big fucking map and you just click around a lot of places and things happen.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I am trying to play my dynasty as one of I'm just a piece of shit and I'm all about political intrigue and assassinating people.
Yeah, current events.
Yeah, basically. You know, I like my old Europe to emanate current events. Hail Britannia.
Britannia.
But yeah, that's basically it for that. You want to kick off some sales, Keith?
Sales. So here's one I'm gonna put with I guess a slight asterisk, and once we get to the news you'll see why. Either way, it's a good value no matter which way you go about it. But Steam, they just launched their EA Play, so they got a couple of EA franchises on their store now, and they're kicking them off with, well, sales. So EA Play on Steam is $4.99 a month. It's basically, like I said, a subscription service. First of its kind on the Steam store. But if you don't want to pay a recurring subscription, I get that too. They do have a couple games on sale. The two that I included on here is The Sims 4, $9.99, 70% off, normally $39.99. That's going to be going on until the 13th. So I believe that's the Sunday after this episode drops. Something like that. And then this is probably a little more beefy because obviously The Sims 4, I mean, you can do as much of it as you want, but there's a lot of DLCs to kind of to flesh it out. But the base game, Dragon Age Inquisition, also included EA Play, but it's $11.99, also normally $39.99, available until the 13th at that price. The reason why I say we'll put that into an asterisk is because of some Xbox related news. We'll get there. On the PS4 side, they're doing an Essential Picks sale. Popped up literally out of nowhere right before recording. My biggest takeaway on that, The Last of Us Part 2, also another Game of the Year contender. $10 off, $49.99 for a new game that's barely, like a month old at this point?
It's been a few months at this point. I mean, what is time in quarantine? That shit came out like, what, in May?
Was it May? Oh, wait, quarantine or Last of Us?
Both.
Time is a flat circle. But yeah,
Yes.
new game, $10 off. Pretty cool. Now, this sale is going on until the 17th, and there's a few more. I mean, obviously, Spider-Man Game of the Year editions, $19.99. You got Persona 5 Royale at $38.99. There was one more that I've seen. Oh, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 Special Edition, $27.99. So there's some relatively new games on there that are pretty good pricing.
Yeah, you had me at Persona 5.
Exactly. And then you got your Destiny 2 DLCs on there as well, too. Your Borderlands 3s, Call of Duty Modern Warfares, any game that people play, it's on sale there. So have some fun with that. There's definitely some cool things happening on the PlayStation side of things for sales for once, because it's kind of doesn't really happen like that often over there.
Now that I'm looking at this list of sales, you just reminded me of something that I saw last night that I was like, huh. I saw that The Sims Sims 4 has a new expansion out, and it's exclusively Star Wars.
Yeah, exclusively Star Wars. That was part of the Gamescom announcements that they kind of put out there.
And I was like, damn, I think I might buy that. I own The Sims 4.
It's pretty cool.
So maybe I update you on that. Maybe I am just in a sim land far, far away.
Over on Batu.
That sounds like something a sim would say too. I think the Sims would just say Batu, and that's just in their language.
Yeah, that'd be them saying they gotta drop a deuce or something.
Yes, exactly. They gotta drop a big Batu.
Batu.
Thank you for that. I needed that today.
That's what I'm here for. But yeah, sales, Sims, Batu.
So normally we would do the news, and then we would do like whatever dumb bit we decided to do for the main part of our show. But like I mentioned earlier,
plot twist, we are the dumb bit.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, things actually happened over the past week. So we actually have stuff to talk about. And of course, as per usual on the Minigames podcast, things happened literally the day after we recorded that last episode. So good for us.
Yeah, at least this time we're on top of some things. But okay, jumping ahead, there's Ubisoft 4 recording tomorrow.
Hooray!
Which will be yesterday as of when this drops. So there'll be some news that we'll have to wait for. But for other things,
what we're talking about next week.
Yeah. So for now, I'll let you kick this off. I started the sales. I'll let you kick off here.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what the first thing you put on this list is.
All right, here we go. So go to your Google and type in AMD bicycle. Just type in those three letters and one word.
I hope I can do this on my phone because I'm not about to type on my keyboard.
Just do it and just tell me what pops up.
Is AMD really selling bikes?
That's their answer to the 30 series.
You know what? These are $299. I'd buy an AMD.
And they're sold out.
Oh well, okay.
And they're sold out. They're out of stock.
Well, now I'm just upset.
Dude, that's what's crazy because everyone's okay. Obviously, we talked about the Nvidia announcements from last week. And we're saying, okay, cool. What is AMD going to do next? This is probably due to some competition.
Put out some fucking bikes, apparently.
Yeah, right afterwards. And I love how like this headline says AMD is changing gears, literally.
Honestly, this is like next level dumb shit, but I like it.
Yeah, you should see like Reddit on like PC Master Race and things like that is going off on this right now. And like
dude,
in funny ways, not just like tearing it apart, but like there's like the meme where it's like a school bus and then another school bus crashing into it and heading up start. And like the one that's like crashing into the other one is AMD selling bikes now.
honestly, this is a power move. While Nvidia is encouraging you to stay inside like a lazy asshole and play your video games, AMD's like, get outside, fat ass. Here's our bikes.
You know what? You want to play? This bike is going to power your PC. You're in a Black Mirror episode now.
I would buy an AMD bicycle. I can't, obviously, but I would.
Well, when the day comes, I expect that follow-up.
Yeah, when they eventually restock the AMD bicycle, I will purchase one, and I will let you know how it rides.
And whether or not it powers your PC.
I mean, I'm sure I could hook it up to something that would power my PC.
To your Ring Fit?
Oh, you know what? Maybe not, though, since my PC's going to have an NVIDIA card in it.
Yeah, might not be compatible.
Yeah.
Damn specs. But yeah, I'm glad that you're barely seeing this for the first time on the pod.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really have anything to say about this because I'm so taken aback that this is an actual thing.
It's amazing.
Like, I can't believe this is real, but I'm also so glad that it's real.
It's like if Blazeball was a product.
If Blazeball was a product, I would have already spent way too much money on it.
Betting on bikes.
So this next news item is something that I can actually talk about since I did see about it. Well, I did see about it. What the fuck am I... Words. Since I know about this thing. So there was a leak and a subsequent official announcement for the new Xboxes. So first thing that I will say is that these are releasing November 10th, so very soon. And I think they're up for pre-order like next week or something like that, or in like 2 weeks.
I think 2 weeks. I think it's towards the end of the month, like the September 22nd or something like that.
Yeah, and that's all well and good. I mean, we knew that these consoles were coming before the end of the year. November is cool. But of course, the one thing that everyone was wondering about, is how much are these motherfuckers going to cost? And I think this is where I think Microsoft did pretty good. So one of the first things they showed was the Xbox. Well, this was the actual leak. Like the big leak was that the Xbox
Right.
Series S. I love that it just looks like a computer speaker, but a single one because it has that big fucking mesh thing on the front of it or the top of it.
I just picture like a Fall Guys beans like face on it.
Perfect. That's a great costume idea. So yeah, they showed that. Apparently it's the smallest Xbox ever, which in like the grand scheme of Xboxes really means nothing because it doesn't take much to be smaller than the OG Xbox. So
it's slim.
It do be slim. And they announced that this thing is $299.
Power move right there. Power move.
That's a Switch.
It's the price of the first Xbox.
I couldn't tell you when the last time like a console, like, yes, the Switch is a console because it's also handheld. It's like a different thing. You know what I mean? So it's like weird. I couldn't tell you the last like actual console that was this price. It was definitely not when I was buying myself video game consoles when I was relying on my parents. It's probably like the fucking GameCube or some shit that was this low.
Yeah, and here's the crazy part. Like, you get that and you pair it up with Game Pass and you instantly have a ton of games on it, whether it be past, future, and even just present. It's affordable. Like, Xbox is being consumer friendly with this.
Well, when you think about it like this, it's actually even cheaper than getting the console full price. When you think about it like this, because you know how they have basically their financing for their consoles, right?
Yeah.
This thing's like $25 a month,
which is insane.
But that includes Game Pass Ultimate, which is like $15.
Yeah, so it's cheaper than buying another console and a game at launch.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, like when you put this really into perspective, and it stacks up pretty good too. I mean, it can run games at 1440 and then it can upscale up to 4K at 120 frames. For the price, you're getting a lot of punch on this. So if you had to pick a console and like you're just a casual gamer. Like think about like the average person that only plays Maddens and sports games and things like that. Their decision's pretty much made if they're going off of just price alone.
Yeah, even like the slim or the discless version of the PS5 is not going to be fucking $299.
No, I don't think so. And I'm really glad that someone made their move first, because I really just want to know the price of these things. And, you know, both are holding out for the other. I mean, this one's due to a leak, so it's not like they chose it. They had everything ready to go, so you know they were just holding out.
Yeah, and now this is good, because that means Sony's probably like, shit.
All right, I guess we'll do the thing. We'll put the video up.
I think the one downside that I'm seeing though to this series, to the Series S, is, yeah, it's geared towards the more casual player, but this thing only has 512 gig for the hard drive. Granted, you can buy extra hard drive space with like their exclusive fucking weird hard drive things that they have. But baseline 512 gig, and if you want to buy one of those things, you're basically spending the money to get what would work out to the Series X to have anything substantial. Right. 512 gigs, that is Red Dead Redemption basically. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't hold a lot of games. That's like maybe a couple.
It'll go quick. Just like I kind of say, like, if you're the Madden player, you're not going to run into that problem because you're playing like 1 or 2 games. If you're playing Madden Call of Duty, you're good.
Yeah, but it's like if you want to get like one more game, then it's just like, well, now I have to, like, you start getting to the point where you got to start deciding. Like, there's very few games nowadays that I think are below, like console games, especially like big console games that are below the 100 gig mark. Like, I think if I remember, I played Red Dead 2 on PS4, and that for sure was like, I think 120 gigs.
Yeah, I mean, is that a game that you go back to constantly though?
Not necessarily, but I mean, when it's like, but think about the situation that I'm in though, where I play video games a lot more than the average person.
Yeah.
Someone whose only game is Red Dead is obviously going to play the fuck out of Red Dead, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to keep going back to it. And then if that's like happens to be your favorite game, and then something new comes along that you want to play, like, do you sacrifice Red Dead for that? Or like granted, like, yeah, it's still 500 gigs. Like, we're obviously exaggerating. You can hold more than one fucking game on there, but
you come to that point though where you got to make that choice.
Yeah, it's still not a lot of space.
I mean, here's the way I see it. Like, we're in different shoes because we'll play more, so we're not even look at this one because we'll put the money to get more. If you're only buying it for a handful of games, this is the one to go with.
If I was buying a console for, say, like my girlfriend who enjoys video games in a very limited capacity, like, obviously, like, this is a bad example. This is gonna be a bad example because it's not on this platform, but my girlfriend, she fucking loves Fall Guys, right?
Yeah.
If I was going to get her a console to play Fall Guys, provided Fall Guys was on a Microsoft console, like, I would get her a Series S. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, think of it this way. You got the family where money's tight and they got to make a choice for holidays. This is the one. You got that couple where the guy just wants something next gen. He wants something. Girlfriend's gonna get him a gift. This is the one. You got the guy in college who's living on a budget, who has maybe like a small serving job and is paying tuition. This is the one. You got any scenario where you need something good price and can still give you a variety. This is the one. And you have those people that aren't gonna go crazy and all out that are gonna be getting this, because the ones that do go crazy and all out are either gonna get the Series X or are gonna build a PC.
Yeah, honestly, like, I ever since I saw that leak and then the subsequent announcement, I was like, that price is fucking insane.
Yeah, and I love how the way they handled it too, with the whole like sock monkey, like and then they said, all right, here's the official announcement.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I think that's the only way that you can play that. Like, you can't play that off, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it's weird because Microsoft and Xbox have been in a spot where you only can announce so much before it gets out. Like, they've been plagued with leaks and I guess bad news, but they've also kind of been rolling with it, kind of been relatively unaffected by it. Like, the Halo was a big like bummer, but then you got this and you think, okay, yeah, they can release a console without Halo, but when you price it really low.
Yeah, like even though even though me mostly, but we both are making like the haha Xbox has no games joke. I think for $300, I'm a little bit more okay with that for the Series S.
Yeah,
and we haven't talked about it. We might as well talk about it now. Even with the Series X, it's $499. Honestly, that's still not bad.
we thought this thing was gonna be like 600 and upward, and the price is not bad, like you said. It's the affordable non-PC alternative, and that's kind of what I've been kind of rolling with, and I guess that kind of just played out into fruition.
Yeah, that's basic. I think that's probably the way that they're really marketing this too. It's just like, hey, if you run a really good computer, that shit's real fucking expensive. Why not try this console that's a fraction of the price?
Yeah, and I think it's working. And even then, they're making it to where it's like, hey, if you already have a computer, you don't need to invest in this, because you invest in us in this subscription, and yeah, we'll cater to you too. Like, they really are spreading out laterally and gaining all the benefits from it. I think catering to all three markets: your casual, your hardcore console, and your PC player.
Yeah, for sure. I think the best part of this though is that it means Sony's gonna have to make a move very soon. I'm curious to see what the prices on those PS5s are gonna be, but I'm pretty sure on both the higher end version of the PS5 and the discless version, they're not going to be these prices. I'm assuming PS5 is going to be $599.
Right, with the discless being probably like $399 or
nope,
$499.
I could see that being $499, just the cost of Series X. And if
Unless
that
they
is,
drop it because of this.
There's a possible chance they could do that. I really don't see them doing that, because I think Sony's been on top of like the console game for so long. I think they're probably confident enough that it'll do well. But honestly, like,
and it probably will.
It will, but like nowadays, dude, $100 makes such a big fucking difference.
Oh yeah, definitely. And if it wasn't for exclusives, I'd say Sony's dropping the ball. But obviously, that's the one thing that they have. And I'm curious if that's going to be enough, when at once it was, and now I don't know of anymore.
Yeah, I a few months ago, well, not even a few months ago, like around the release of like all the PS5 info that we had so far, I would say that like Sony once again is running away with this thing. But now that I'm seeing like the prices for these new Xboxes, I'm like, I don't know, man. It's like you said, I'm wondering if having exclusives at launch is going to be enough to outweigh the fact that you're paying more for this thing,
especially when indie games are popularity is at like an all-time high.
Yes, exactly. And plus, it's like we always keep saying, Game Pass is a fucking awesome service. This thing, the Series X, is going to be $35 a month, and that also includes Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah,
honestly, like, if I was the person to get a Series X, I would straight up just finance it. It's 24 months, no interest.
About $1 a day.
Yeah, so like, and people like us that have, you know, like we have adult jobs for the most part, we'll probably have it paid off way before then, but just knowing that I can pay it incrementally, like that's so fucking good.
Right. And I will say, to help Sony and PlayStation on their side, the fact that Xbox already catered to us when not having to buy the console does kind of benefit towards saying, okay, we can't put the extra money towards one, and that decision's already made for us.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, it's like you just said, I'm going to buy a PS5 regardless, because anything that I want to play on Xbox, I'm going to play on my PC.
Exactly.
But what it's done now is, I'm going to see the PS5, it's going to cost more than these Xboxes, and I'm going to feel fucking bad for buying it, because I'm just like, damn, the other one's fucking cheaper. Right.
And if we weren't on PC and we had to pick between the two, we'd probably just go for the Xbox.
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, even me, as someone who has like obviously gotten away from console gaming a lot, even someone who is going to get a PS5, the Series S still sounds intriguing to me.
It does, and that's the crazy part because we know we don't need it, but it still sounds good. That's a testament to how good Microsoft is doing with this.
Yeah, like I went. It's funny. I went from being like, I'm getting a PS5 no matter what, like obviously, to, man, those Xboxes look kind of cool, but I'm still gonna get a PS5 no matter what. And now it's like, I'm gonna get a PS5 no matter what, but I think I might get a Series S.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, I might. I kind of don't see why not for the price. I mean, luckily we're privileged enough to where we're in a spot where we can grab all three if we really want to. And that's the part that they made it to where no matter what market you're in, you can consider this, and you should be good. If you're in a spot where you had to pick one, that's your go-to. We were in a spot where we don't need it because obviously we can pick and choose. But they made it to where we can still choose this one and still get the other one we wanted. They cater to all markets.
Yeah, I think this is where Xbox is truly succeeding. It's going to be a lot better for them once they get exclusive games out. Like I'm sure by the time Halo Infinite comes out, something like the Series S, like it's going to be a fucking runaway train, man.
Once Halo Infinite comes out, I think we'll have a little bit of a problem we have with the Switch right now with Series S, where it might be hard to grab one.
Oh,
because it's going to be available at no extra cost.
I think just
crazy.
And I think just the fact that you don't have to pay for the whole console up front is going to be a big sell for a lot of people. Because I mean, even though yes, it is cheaper than this is for sure cheaper than a PS5. Yeah. The Series S is cheaper than the Series X. It's the cost of a Switch, but the fact that I know I only have to pay $25 a month, and it comes with Game Pass Ultimate, which, by the way, if you have a PC, Game Pass Ultimate is it works on PC and Xbox.
Right.
So it's just like that's fucking insane.
And even just to piggyback off of that, this is the next set of news, but then just today, out of nowhere, they announced EA Play is coming to Game Pass at no extra cost. So you really probably like get another 15, 20 games added to that with EA Play. Like crazy. And that's kind of going back to the sales, where I said put an asterisk on these EA games on the Steam, because EA Play is coming to Game Pass on PC and console this holiday season. So theoretically, I'm thinking it's probably going to launch with these consoles, with the X and S. So yeah, like I said, like you know how I said I see this as like the single game players, the Maddens, the Call of Duties. With EA Play, you get Madden right away. It makes it that much better for that casual person that only plays like one or two games a year.
Yeah, I think in terms of this upcoming generation of consoles, I think like Sony does have a strong showing, but I think in terms of like raw value that you're getting for your money, I don't see them topping Xbox in that regard.
No,
at all.
It would take something crazy with PS Now, which even if they did that at this point, Xbox has garnered so much goodwill that Sony's automatically looking like they're playing catch up, because they are.
Yeah, I mean, PS Now is pretty notorious for being like a fucking trash ass service, but like even as someone who has been admittedly on the Sony side of the console spectrum for a very fucking long time now, and Keith, you know this too. I mean, I have Game Pass on PC, and straight up, I open the Xbox app every day just to look at what's on Game Pass to see if there's something I can download every fucking day.
Right, and now like you have things like No Man's Sky, which you can sink a lot of time into now, and there Final Fantasy VII on there. And
that was how I played Outer Worlds. I don't know if I would have played Outer Worlds if it wasn't for the fact that it was on Game Pass.
Right, and I mean, even at like Spiritfarer, a game that you probably wouldn't have touched. And your Halo Infinites, your Fables, your Battletoads, all that stuff. Like even the bad games, you don't feel as guilty for because it just came in what you're already paying for. You're not paying anything more than you would have had you not played it.
Yeah, straight up. I feel less of a terrible person because I spent $0 on Battletoads.
And I feel like more of a terrible person because I know this and I'm still going to spend some time on Battletoads.
You're welcome.
But that's again the value of Game Pass. Like you can just do it, and that's it. It stops right there. You don't have to invest that much more into it because you already were going to. So I guess like going back to like the Sims 4 and Dragon Age on Steam, if you're not going to invest in the subscription service, then I get it. Grab these games at a good price. But if you hold off for a little bit, for I'd say what, like 2 more months?
Straight up, dude, if it was me, I would just these like look Dragon Age and Sims 4, those are old games at this point. If you already haven't played them yet, you can wait a little bit longer just to fucking not pay a lot of money to play them.
Right, exactly. And they come on there, and I don't think they're going anywhere for a while. So you get that, just buy the DLC, and there you go.
Yeah, it's Xbox is doing real fucking good right now, I think. And I was getting so tired of like being the dude that is like shitting on Xbox. It sucks, man. It sucks seeing them be like, you have all this potential and you're not realizing it. And now I'm like, damn, they're fucking taking this shit and they're running with it, man. Like, it's so sick to see.
Right, and all those studio acquisitions, everything going on, it was kind of just leading towards this. And I still think we're only seeing the start of it, because they're not going to hit this ball running really until Halo comes out. And there'll be a lot of more things in motion to where I think it'll be more nonstop.
Yeah, I think we're in like the calm before the storm right now. I'm very excited to see how these consoles look out once fucking Halo Infinite's out.
Right, which hopefully is, I'd say, maybe spring of next year. Kind of maybe optimistic, but the sooner they get that going, because they need to rely on third party, and they're bringing it. But once those first parties hit, then I think it's really all engines gonna full blast and just kind of keep on going and don't look back.
Yeah, I think just to close this out for this portion, I'm real excited for Xbox, man. I think by the end of the year, we might be talking about how much we like our new Series X, our Series S's. You know, it's fucking crazy how we went from, man, Xbox is really fucking up, huh, to they're doing all right, I guess, but Sony's still got a leg up on them. To now, I'm just like, damn, I'm gonna buy a fucking Xbox, I think.
Right, and I'll put it this way: I'm glad that I've been saying I think they're gearing up for the next gen. I think they realize they lost this one, and they're not going to make moves yet, and they're going to go all forward. I've been on the record for that one, and I will say, yeah, planting my flag on here. Hopefully, they don't make me regret it in the next few months. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't think they will either. There's still plenty of time for them to fuck something up, but all signs are looking good for them so far.
If Halo Infinite didn't totally fuck it up, I don't think anything will.
Yeah, for real. It's also just like a little bit of a bummer to see right now too, because if Halo Infinite was still coming out this year, I'd be like, yo, Sony might be fucked. Like, holy shit.
It'd be close to game over at the gates, because Spider-Man Miles Morales is gonna be a solid game, but it's not at the same level as Halo Infinite. But now that Spider-Man's there, this is Sony's chance to get that leg up, when I think they need it right now.
I don't know if they need it. They got bug snacks, but you know.
Yeah, that's true. They do.
They do have the game of the century in bug snacks. So
the new knack.
But yeah, that's basically all for the Xbox stuff. I mean, we're obviously waiting for more information at this point. We've been waiting for price for a while. I think most people have, and now I'm just like, you know, balls in Sony's court. So let's get some fucking PlayStation announcements already, please. I want to know how much this fucking $8,000 console is going to actually cost me.
Let's get some PlayStation announcements, and with that Ubisoft Forward next week, I think about it this way, to kind of, I guess, one more thing to close out. That's another handful of games that could potentially be coming to Game Pass.
Very true. That's very true.
Oh, man. Crazy, right?
Very crazy. You know what else is crazy? How basically 2 of the big 3 have made crazy announcements since last week's episode. The other one being Nintendo. So the lightest announcement was that they're doing a new Hyrule Warriors game, but this one's more based off of like Breath of the Wild stuff, since it's called Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. part of me got real sad and hoped that this wasn't that one Breath of the Wild 2-ish tease that they were doing. I doubt it is, but part of me was just like, damn, what if this was it?
Right. And I personally, like, I didn't care for Hyrule Warriors. I've never been a Dynasty Warriors guy, so that kind of whole Warrior style gameplay wasn't for me. But then as soon as it said, hey, remember all that stuff we talked about in Breath of the Wild? Yeah, this is it. You get to play that. I'm thinking, oh, let's go.
Yeah, overall, I think it does look really cool. I am more of a fan of that Dynasty Warrior stuff. I just like, it's you know, you have a big sword, you check your brain at the fucking door, and you smash hundreds of fucking random enemies. I like that shit because sometimes it's the kind of bullshit I need. Just like, don't have a care in the world. Let me just fuck up 1,000 dudes.
Yeah.
But this one looks like it's improving on that stuff. It looks very cool. There's not really much to talk about. They just showed like a brief trailer of it. But yeah, I'll probably play that.
Here's what's most interesting for me on that it's canon to the whole overall Zelda like universe. Because obviously it's a direct tie-in to Breath of the Wild, but it's not a first-party Zelda game, you know? I don't know if that's happened on that level.
Is this actually canon?
It's got to be. I don't see how it isn't. I mean, they've been saying that Nintendo's working way closer than the last Hyrule Warriors, because last time it kind of seemed like here's the IP and go have fun with it. In this one, they're working together with a story. They're talking directly about events that created this Hyrule that we've already played with the champion stories and everything. I don't see how it's not canon in some aspect. I mean, Zelda's canon is like all jacked up in 3 different timelines, but I don't see how this doesn't play in some way.
I guess we'll see when it comes out. I don't know. I feel like this might just be another like side thing that's not actually canon, but I mean, it's the Zelda universe, so who actually cares? Yeah,
part of it's who actually cares. But being a prequel and saying like it's the same Hyrule, to me, that just kind of lets me think like the doors that could open up for more Nintendo canon games that are not first party Nintendo making them, you know?
Get this.
Bring it.
Zelda, but with rabbits.
Okay, so can they be Calamity Rabbids?
Yes. What if it was now stay with me here.
Okay.
What if it was a game that was in the style of XCOM? We gave Link and Zelda guns. And then what if there were rabid versions of Link and Zelda?
Instead of like the Shadow Link?
Yeah, we could call it Zelda and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
And it's just the Hyrule Kingdom.
Exactly. Here's a unique idea no one's ever thought of. You see, I'm on next level shit.
And it's canon.
Yeah, this is 100% canon. I want Rabbids in the Zelda universe.
Make it happen. You're opening the door with Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. Make it happen here.
Nintendo, please hire me.
I know you're listening. You are one of our listeners. There's like 3 of them.
Miyamoto, I will do whatever it takes. I will absolutely get Rabbids canonized in the Zelda universe.
Therefore, opening the door for Rabbids and Smash.
I'm surprised it's not already a thing.
Why isn't Rayman in Smash?
I don't know, dude.
He'd fit.
Yeah, he'd fit, but I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like Rayman would be a boring ass character to play as. What does he even do? He just he runs and jumps and he throws his hands. That's all he has no like abilities.
His up B is his ears.
Okay, and?
It'd work.
Okay, and what else does he do?
He punches. That's like all he does. That's all you need for Smash.
I don't know, man.
I don't see a reason why not.
I do. I'm a Rayman hater.
Really?
He doesn't have any fucking arms or legs, dude.
Interesting for Smash.
Nah, man. Fuck Rayman.
I mean, come on. Rayman Legends has been on easily as many platforms as Skyrim, so
Yeah, okay, but by that argument, the fucking Dragonborn should be in Smash.
why not?
Actually, yeah, he does more than Rayman. I'd allow it.
Fuck it, whatever. Join the club.
Fuck Rayman. So I guess this would technically be what we consider the main portion of the show, but it's also still news. Happy birthday to Mario.
Hey.
It's Mario's 35th anniversary apparently this year, which is cool. I can't believe that I'm almost as old as Mario.
Yeah, putting that in perspective is kind of fucked.
Yeah, it's a little rough. I'm questioning my own mortality at this point. It doesn't feel good.
But
Mario
has like 2 white hairs now, just so you know.
Dude, that's fucked up. I feel like I pull a gray hair out of me like every other day. So
yeah, should have been a plumber.
I feel like I'd have more gray hairs if I was a plumber.
Not if you're Italian.
You know what? That's probably fair. But so Nintendo had a direct. When was this? Like Friday? When?
It was Thursday. It was right after we recorded last week.
Oh, that's right. So they put out this Nintendo Direct the day after we recorded because, of course, that's how that worked out. There's a lot of fucking Mario shit coming over the next few months.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mario shit, and I think I'm here for almost all of it, to be honest.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of this shit. Do you want to kick this off?
Yeah, so I kind of put this up, I guess, as level of hype for each announcement that they did. Starting off, there's a lot of Mario products coming out. Some of them are already out, being like the Mario Lego sets.
I saw the Monopoly in a Target the other day.
Oh, did you? That's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jenga. Target has Monopoly. Mario shoes. Pumas is doing a line, which look pretty cool. I'm not a shoes guy, but I like them.
Yeah, as a semi shoes guy, I mean, I have a pair of Nikes coming in the mail tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. But as a shoes guy, I was like, damn, I think I'd wear the Mario shoes.
They had a pretty cool color combination. I mean, it's Mario, and they're subtle enough to where like they don't look like corny Mario stuff either.
Yeah, not as cool as the Nike SpongeBob collab, but I'll still take this.
Is that what's coming in the mail?
No, those were sold out a long time ago. I tried getting they're like the Nike Kyrie, so they're kind of ugly shoes, but they were SpongeBob themed, so I almost bought myself the Squidward ones because those were the only ones that weren't ugly as fuck. I got a pair of 97s coming in.
Oh, very nice. But yeah, and there's gonna be a large handful of other 35th anniversary Mario products, both in the Nintendo New York store and online. I'm mostly particularly looking forward to the pin collection. Yeah, swag. I'm mostly looking for the pins. I don't have nearly enough game pins. Actually, I only have 3. I have 2 Cuphead and 1 Zelda pins. So a cool limited Mario 35th would look pretty cool on my little pin board.
Yeah, I saw that whole set, and if those are, I kind of just really want the Sunshine one.
Are they out? I didn't see any of them.
Well, I know because in that video they were like, oh, go to this website, like the Super Mario, like the Mario website or something. If you look at it, it looks like they're releasing the pins in 2 waves. I think buying, the big game that they announced, which we'll talk about later, gives you access to the first set of pins. It was like 5 of them because I noticed the Sunshine one wasn't in the image that they showed. And then I'm assuming they're going to roll out the second set of pins later. There's definitely a disclosure on the website that says, oh, the pins are coming in 2 phases or 2 waves or something.
Okay, cool. Well, I want some. Like, if I could get, like, Tanuki Mario.
Yeah, Tanuki Mario is real good.
Yeah, it is. Tanuki! Or even just, like, the old school, like, him carrying, like, a mushroom or something. There's got to be like an Odyssey pin. Like, there's some ones that I really want. Like, if there's somehow like him riding Yoshi or something, these are all pins that I want.
Yeah, it's a real cool set. But to get access to them, you have to buy that game, which is like, I think, kind of a bummer. But at the same time, like, probably gonna get anyway.
It's gonna happen, yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good Mario swag coming. I mean, I'm at the point where I don't know if I'm gonna buy like a bunch of Mario themed like merch or anything like that. But you know, they got some cool shit. I really I'm a big Lego dude, so I was all about the Mario Lego stuff day one. Actually, after I saw the trailer, I immediately went to like the website and was just looking at Legos. Like, the set's only $60. I could definitely just buy that right now. I didn't do it, but I was like, I could.
You should just cause for the pod.
Maybe next paycheck.
Make it happen.
I'm gonna do what I can, man.
Watch like we just get all the Mario like merchandise that we can get our hands on and just put that as like our backdrops for like streams and all that.
I'm the Mario swag man, baby. Let's go.
Just grow our mustaches out. All of a sudden we're cosplaying.
I do have a big Luigi hat somewhere.
Well, there you go.
Luigi is a superior Mario brother. I'm just gonna put that out there though.
There's gonna be some hot takes in this pod, just so you all are aware.
Yo, it's not even a hot take. That's just fact. Luigi jumps higher. He's taller. He's more slim. He's infinitely more attractive. I mean, fucking Mario gets Princess Peach. Like, that's fine. But I'm pretty sure Luigi is like a date. Like, is with probably fucking with Daisy. You know, Daisy's got the look about her. You know, like she's like feisty. She's a freak, and I like that about her. And Luigi, definitely also a freak.
They seem like they got less problems going on.
Yeah, you know, fucking Peach is always, like, Mario's always getting cucked out by Bowser. He's, like, always stealing Mario's girl. Luigi, on the other hand, he's just living his best life. Oh, and also Luigi's rich as fuck.
He's got, what, like, 3 mansions now?
Yeah, Luigi is a big money baller. Mario broke. Luigi woke. And also not broke.
In that order.
Yes. Also, Mario does not have a goo version of himself.
Oh, good for Luigi.
But yeah, keep an eye out.
What's up with Mario's parents?
What's up with Mario's parents?
Yeah, where are they at? Like, you hear about the brothers. Where's the parents at?
Well, let's see. Mario's 35. So I would assume that would make his parents around, at minimum, let's say they had Mario at a young age. So let's say that makes them around
18.
Like, yeah. So let's just say, for sake of argument, his parents are probably around like 50 something ish at minimum.
That's minimum.
So they're probably still working like regular jobs, disappointed that their son is only a plumber, but they don't realize the things he actually does. Like, oh, our fucking worthless ass son is just a plumber, but they don't realize that he's saving the world, but is also a furry at the same time.
Meanwhile, here's our other entrepreneur son. That's a Ghostbuster.
But here is our fucking success story. Luigi has mansions. Luigi, he's got women. Luigi, he's got a fancy vacuum. He's the fucking man.
He's got a pet now. Little ghost doggy.
He does. He has a ghost dog. You know what Mario has? Fucking nothing.
He's got a dinosaur.
Yeah, a dinosaur that he fucking kills to jump to a higher place. There's no loyalty there. Mario is a charlatan. Luigi is a man with a heart of gold. I would trust Luigi with my fucking life.
And then Mario shows up like, hey guys, look at my new hat. And they're like, a fucking hat, Mario? Are you kidding me right now? Why can't you be more like your brother?
Dude, straight up, fuck Mario. I'm all about Luigi. I'm Team Luigi. Show me Luigi's 35th anniversary. That's what I want to be here for.
This turned on Mario so fast.
Because fuck Mario, dude.
35 years of Mario. Fuck them.
35 years of being a bitch.
That's gonna be the tagline. 35 years being a bitch.
35 years, and what does he have to show for himself?
A brother.
A brother who's infinitely more successful than he is. Show me Mario's bank account. Bet it looks nothing like Luigi's.
You know, actually, since we're talking about Polygon so much on this channel, they did do an Unraveled asking what age can Mario retire at.
How'd that go?
He can't.
Damn. You know who could retire fucking today?
Luigi. That's who.
That's the fucking dude. I simp for Luigi.
And there's your title.
What were we talking about?
Something about the lesser than Mario and his 35-year achievement.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I blacked out for the last 10 minutes. I feel a seething rage within me, and I'm not sure why.
I think I know, and I think it's because of Mario.
Fuck that fool. So there's a bunch of like Mario events coming to things that are not Mario. For the 8 people still playing Splatoon 2, hey, good news for you. There's an event coming. That's it. That's
that's about it. For all the Animal Crossing New Horizons homies, Mario furniture. They're bringing back the theme furniture in.
As soon as I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
It happens every time.
It does. It really does. I was like, damn, I think I'm gonna take an extended break from Animal Crossing. It's like, we're gonna put some Mario swag in. I'm just like, guess I'm back to picking weeds, boys. Let's go.
Oh, here we go. And then, of course, Super Smash Bros. Is gonna have an online tournament using only Mario and Mario adjacent characters. So all my Luigi mains show up.
Dude, straight up, I will only play as Luigi.
You know, for a while, I think Luigi was actually banned. I don't know if it was mainly, I don't know what's going on.
But because he was too fucking good?
Yes, actually, literally for that reason. He was broken.
Yeah, of course he is. He's the stronger of the Mario brothers.
What's their last name?
Mario.
Oh, that sucks.
Mario. Not only does he have 2 first names, it's the same first name. Luigi has emancipated himself from that mantle, though. He is simply just Luigi.
Power move.
He's like, Luigi said, I refuse to be shackled to the shadow of my bitch-ass brother. So I will henceforth only be Luigi.
Good on you, Luigi. You are now a real man of genius.
Brilliant. Hey, so since Super Mario is, you know, it started as a video game and not just merchandise and an accessory in other games, essentially. They're doing a lot of video game shit. Super Mario All-Stars out now, by the way. It's on the Super NES Virtual Console, right?
I believe so. So already included with their Switch Online. Got upgraded Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels, Super Mario Brothers 2. Oh, I love when they talk about brothers because that's Luigi. Super Mario Brothers 3, all upgraded, a nice new refreshed 16-bit glory.
Yeah, they got some good ass shit on there, dude. I don't know if I necessarily have the level of nostalgia for like those older Mario games, but I'm glad that they're there. The fact that I don't have to pay any additional money for them means I am going to play it. So I think this is really cool. I know a lot of people like those old games. I grew up on Super Mario 3 basically on my dad's NES. So that's like, when I think of like my Mario game, it's between that and like 64. So I will play the ever-living shit out of Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3, I did on the SNES, and same thing. Like, that was my Mario game up until 64.
It's a great fucking game, dude. That shit aged beautifully.
It is, and I love the metal drum soundtrack.
Yeah, it's it's cool shit. I like that the whole thing's like a stage play, basically. It's good stuff. Again, I really don't. Well, you know what? Super Mario Brothers 2 is fine. That game's just fucking weird, and I like how fucking weird it is.
Not as weird as RPG.
Okay, but Super Mario RPG is a fucking incredible game.
It is, and it's a horny game at some points too.
Oh, Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, the horniest of Mario games.
Damn, Mario's horny too now?
Oh, dude, Mario's always been horny.
Okay, so who's more horny, Mario or the Battletoads?
Probably the Battletoads, because I know that Mario has probably had sex at least once. I know nobody...
Probably disappointed.
Ain't nobody fucking any Battletoads. Especially not now.
Okay, so Mario's had sex at least once. How many times has Luigi gotten it?
Oh, regular basis. At least 5 times a day.
A day, he says.
He's a machine.
Good for him.
Yeah, you know what? He deserves it. He's been getting shit for all these years, living in his brother's shadow, when in reality, he's a fuck machine.
On top of all his money.
You heard it here first. Luigi fucks.
Maybe that's a new title?
No, I still simp for Luigi, so.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, yeah. Good games on there. This is probably one of the most interesting ones. Super Mario Bros. 35. My first thought was they did it. They made a Mario Battle Royale.
I just remember this was at the point at this trailer, during the trailer, where I thought I was living in like a fever dream or something. Like, it was the same feeling I got when I first saw the Tetris 99 announcement, because this is clearly made by like the same people that did Tetris 99.
Exact same team, yeah.
So it's weird. Like, I was in like a fever dream. Like, my head was spinning, and I was just like, Mario Battle Royale.
But they did it in a cool way too.
Yeah, they did it in a really cool way. I think my brain cannot process the fact that this exists.
Yeah, like what a time. This is what battle royales have come to. I mean, it's cool that they're still keeping it creative in a way, which I didn't think there was any more way to be creative with a battle royale, to be honest.
Look, if you had given me a blank piece of paper and said you can write whatever you want on here as a prediction for the Super Mario, like the Mario 35th anniversary Nintendo Direct, you could put anything on here. Nothing is too outlandish. I think the one thing I probably would have never guessed to put on there would have been fucking Super Mario Battle Royale.
Yeah, no kidding. But the whole concept of killing an enemy and it goes to someone else and then them doing it back to you, so it's just a matter of like really reaction based, and tenfold at that is really cool. I like it. It's playable until March 31st, 2021. So I'm gonna get a couple games in on that just to see how it goes before then. Limited event.
I think that kind of sucks.
I do, but also at the same time with kind of these things, how do you see this kind of having a sustainable fan base like a Fortnite or an Apex or any other kind of battle royale?
I mean, no, I don't see it having that sustainable fan base, but I mean, even now, Tetris 99 is still something like, I'll fire it up once in a while, you know? Like, I think it'd be cool to just like, oh, here's my little dumb fucking Mario thing. And the fact that it just like leaves after like a few months, I'm just like, I don't know. That kind of rubs me.
Yeah, I think for this one, I don't see it as it's as deep. Also, I mean, came into this looking at it the same as like your 1 versus 100 or any of the other kind of event Xbox arcade games that they had going on from 360 era, and I see this kind of around the same thing. Like, it's a special anniversary item. This one's not too big of a deal. I know there's a little bit of some kind of backlash on the 3D All-Stars, which we'll get there. That I feel is a little bit more justified. But we'll get there. I'll play this game. No harm there.
For sure. So Next is a game that doesn't launch until 2021, but this is a very good port plus addition. So Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Super Mario 3D World, initially a Wii U exclusive. As far as I know, this is the game that introduced the cat suit to Mario Canon. When I remember buying a Wii U like a long time ago. This was like long after, like when it was already getting ready to be like phased out. I was able to find one on the cheap because I was just trying to play the Wind Waker HD remaster.
Right.
And when I bought the Wii U, I think they just came with 3D World at that point. Like you could buy one super cheap and it just came with a copy of 3D World. I remember beating the Wind Waker super quick and then just like never touching it again until I sold my Wii U. But I played like way too much 3D World, like more than I should have played that game. Like I think I came pretty close to like 100% in that game. Like I got all the fucking coins. I did like I played that game like a fucked up amount. It's so good.
Here's one of the cool things that they're doing with the Switch, not just with this game, but they're bringing over some of the best kind of Wii U games. On the Wii U as a whole, I guess undersold, didn't live up to what they wanted it to, so it's kind of like a lost generation.
Yeah, the Wii U almost fucking sank Nintendo, I think.
Right, and they're kind of, and there were some gems on there, like you said, this one was one of them. You had your Pokken, you had your Pikmin 3, all that stuff, and they're bringing it over, and people are kind of seeing like, hey, we missed out on this stuff, and it's giving new life to games that deserved it. And this being one of them, I never played it. I didn't get a Wii U until way later, and even then, like it's the pad's done. Like it needs a new battery. And now I'm thinking, shit, I'll just wait. I'll grab this here. Give it a fresh coat of paint, and with new content.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that like they're putting out new shit with it, like I'm like, damn, okay, fuck yeah. I will happily play more of Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah, and not only that, but that also makes it worth the full price tag, probably.
Oh yeah, I would like straight up. We'll talk about this when we talk about 3D All Stars. This is something I have no problem paying $60 for.
Right, it's because of the new content, which is apparently, from what I hear, it's supposed to be like an open area kind of thing too, which is pretty cool. Different for the whole 3D World style. I'm excited to play this game for the first time.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to play it for the first time. I would like to hear your thoughts on it when it comes out. I think this is top tier Mario for sure.
It is. It definitely is, and it's overlooked Mario. So a lot of people were in my shoes that didn't do it, and now they get the chance to, and it's very fitting.
Also, you can play as Luigi.
Yeah, you can.
So fuck Mario is what I'm saying. But yeah, that launches February 12th, 2021. I wish it wasn't so far off. I would love to play this game fucking immediately.
Yeah, and really, it's probably just because of Bowser's Fury. That's the only reason why it's taken a while.
Oh, I'm sure. So they're putting out another Game & Watch.
Bringing it back.
Honestly, this is something I'm definitely not gonna spend money on at all, but it's a cool thing.
It's a novelty item. It's a collector's item. If you got the game room, or like, there's got to be tons of people with a pure Mario room. This is gonna be a good addition for things like that.
Exactly. This is for your shelf for sure.
Right, and you kind of like say 35th anniversary. You have 35 years of collectibles, and another 35. You can say, hey, look at this thing right here.
Yeah. It looks really cool. At least like it looks. I mean, it looks like a fucking Game & Watch thing. It's cool. I'm not the person this is for. I'm not the audience, but I respect it.
Yeah, it exists.
This next one,
Very
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit.
This kind of threw me for a loop, to be honest.
Bro, you can't. So here's the thing. When I was first watching this trailer, I was like, Yo, this shit is dumb as hell. I don't like this. As it went on through the rest of the trailer, I was like, yo, this shit dumb as hell. I don't like it, but I think I might buy it.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, the tech is cool. I think it's a really cool concept. I mean, I can only see it happening to where a crazy dog knocks your cart off its track. But I want to see how this plays out. I like it. I for some odd reason think this is a really cool idea.
Yeah, it was so funny how I turned though. Like when it first started, I was like, man, they're just doing weird shit for the sake of doing weird shit. I don't know if I like this. And by the end of it, I was like, when do these come out? I would like to purchase.
Here's the thing though, in a while you're gonna see on your trending tab a whole bunch of crazy like Mario Kart live tracks and all these weird obstacles, and it's gonna be really cool to see.
Well, see, here's the thing. I was thinking about that, but I also question the structural integrity of these plastic Mario Kart cars.
Oh, straight up, me too. But that doesn't mean it ain't gonna be cool to see.
Yeah, I would love to see someone rocket their plastic Mario Kart off the top of a building or something, and
or just like a camera breaking.
Yeah, I just have extreme vertigo from that camera.
Or like a dog just attacking it.
Yeah, oh, dude, straight up, I am gonna chase the fuck out of my dog with these,
just to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare for my dog, but infinite fun for me. I'm also just, yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised at how I turned on these. I was like, okay, Nintendo, you got me once again.
As dumb as Nintendo is, they're geniuses at it.
Yeah, this is something that only Nintendo could do.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you have your like Crash Team Racing and things like that. All those just because of Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, and like, of course, it's only, like, you can't do a fucking Crash Team Racing like this. Like, no one's gonna give a fuck. But like, oh yeah, Mario.
Yep. So you race to the Luigi cart.
I was about to say, you know what else? Play as Luigi. I'm just gonna fucking slash the Mario Kart's tires.
It would be like on Phantom Menace when they fuck with Annie's pod racer.
Yes, exactly. Except I will
be paying. Make sure he blows it up.
Yeah, I'll be paying a lot of money to slash my own plastic toys tires.
Just let your dog chew at it.
I'd be like, here you go, eat the fucking stupid ass Mario Kart, while Luigi just is fucking lapping him several times.
And taking Peach home.
Damn, he gets 2. But yeah, Mario Kart Live looks kind of cool.
I just picture like this whole like Ricky Bobby aspect to Mario Kart.
Who's Sacha Baron Cohen?
Waluigi.
I think that, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Like, don't go any further. There it is.
He's just like Ricky Bobby. Whack.
Meanwhile, Luigi just chilling on his own, cruising,
just winning races.
Yep, just hey, you guys can cockfight over there. I'll be good over here.
I would watch that movie.
Did we just pitch the next Mario movie?
Yes, we did. I'm gonna go into a movie studio. Get this, Talladega Nights, but Mario Kart. Same cast, same movie, same like shot for shot remake, but it's just Mario.
All it is, just take a deep fake of Mario and Luigi and insert this in your movie.
Listen here,
and there you go.
You're the video editing guy.
Yo, I don't know how to do a deep fake, but give me one quick Google search and I'll do it.
No, here's the thing. I want this to look as poorly done as possible.
Exactly. Like CG deep fakes on top of live action
No,
Will
I mean,
Ferrell.
no, I mean, I'm talking about you cropping out a PNG of Mario and putting it on Will Ferrell's face. Like that's the level I'm talking about here.
And like whenever you change direction, it just like reflects the same image over.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
We'll make a
Give me enough
filmmaker.
time.
We'll make a filmmaker out of you yet.
We're going all out here on the pod. For the pod.
For the pod. Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Mario and Luigi. So the last thing that was on this Nintendo Direct, something that's been met with like a little bit of controversy, I feel. It's got some mixed reactions, mostly good, I think, but I think I'm on the end where some of this stuff on this game is kind of a little weird to me. But
hey, dog, I know you're excited for this game, but let him talk, yeah?
Dude, he is pumped. Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a thing that they announced. That comes out at the time of this recording. It comes out on September 18th, so that is
essentially a week from this episode coming out.
Yes, a week from the day that you are listening to this. But yeah, so Super Mario 3D All-Stars, it's a big collab. It has Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, but I believe it's only the first Galaxy.
Yes, I believe so.
Which is already like, or I'm like, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I mean,
I honestly
kinda.
think Galaxy 2 is a better game.
I'm sure Galaxy 2 is a better game, but these are two, like I said, I never had a Wii, so I never played these, so I'm getting my money's worth either way. I mean, starting at the beginning, Super Mario 64, it's the game. Unfortunately, it does not have Luigi, but it is the game.
Well, unfortunately for this one, this is the only one that's not widescreen.
Right.
So this one is in original format, which I think is like, if you were gonna put the work in, like, just do it for this. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm a little bit bummed by it, but I also get it too because it's in a 4x3, so if 960 by 720 keeps it at 720p, which I guess I accept it for what it is. I think it'll look fine. I mean, it's gonna have the fresh coat of paint, look sharper, look like how we remember it. I'm excited for it. I'll play through this again. I've always enjoyed this game. Like I said, it's the game.
It is the game, but what I will say about this package as a whole, $60 kind of sucks.
It does. I mean, individually, you sell this game for $20. At least you can pick and choose which one you want.
Yeah, like sure, $20 a game. When you break it down like that, like, oh, it's fine, but like, I don't know. I don't like that it's full price. I think 40 would have been good. Especially given the fact that this is not a permanent game.
That's the harder part. $60 for okay. So I can see a limited physical production, but the fact that you're not even keeping the digital up is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, like I don't like limited physical edition, like I don't care. Like sure, do that. You can have a limited box all you want. But the fact that you're only keeping the digital version around up until March at the same time, I'm like, that does not sit right with me in the slightest.
You know what? That all that's doing, it's driving up the aftermarket value of this game, which doesn't benefit Nintendo at all.
I've seen people have already been like selling, like they're like eBaying their fucking codes and shit for this game. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Exactly. And when it comes up, you're gonna see people selling their Switch with Mario 3D All-Stars on it for crazy prices, and that doesn't benefit Nintendo. I mean, sure, maybe the name value of Mario benefits and they kind of reap that in the long run, but overall, I mean, I don't see why it's worth it to do a digital timed release.
Yeah, it's so weird creating like this scarcity around a digital item. And I'm pretty sure the reason that they're doing this is like, I'm sure once the 31st hits, then they're like, okay, now you can buy these games fucking piecemeal. But even then, even if that's the case, that's still like a fucking dirty way to do it. Like, yeah, if like, okay, let's say that you don't give a fuck about Super Mario Sunshine. I know a lot of people that don't, even though that's probably one of my favorite Mario games. Like, just give people the option to still buy all three as a bundle, and like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. I mean, granted, it is what it is, and we have no say in it, and we're probably still gonna get it. So really, we can. It's kind of like old man yelling at the sky kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sitting on a few bucks in eShop credit, so I wouldn't pay full price for this game if I bought it. You know what I mean? I'd be paying like 40 or like I think like 50 or something like that. Like I mean, so like I would be getting it at a lower price anyway. But I don't know. Just I think it's like a real scummy move to have it like a limited release.
It is, and the way I'm seeing it is okay. If I'm paying full price for it and it's a limited release, I'm gonna get the limited physical release because that's the card I was dealt, so that's what I'm gonna go for. At least have something to show for it. Because I mean, if something happens to my Switch and for whatever reason I can't recover my account, I'm screwed. And it's not like I can just go buy it again, like any other digital game. So I'm gonna grab the physical for this. Sunshine, I really like Sunshine. Looking back, I'm thinking, okay, there's things I wish could have been streamlined in this, like the whole like it boots you out of a level, can you get something, and then you go right back in and do the same thing. Like those things I think probably could have been tweaked, but at the same time though, like that game has such a cool charm to it that's just really encapsulated in a bubble because you can't do that again on have a full Mario game in just that one style. Odyssey took it all over the place, and that's where it benefited from. Sunshine benefited from just having one specific kind of vacation style.
Yeah. Galaxy's a really cool game too. I mean, obviously, like I said earlier, I think Galaxy 2 is a better game, so I think it would have benefited from it more if it was like Galaxy 1 and 2 in a bundle. I get why they would only put Galaxy 1. I also understand the scarcity in something like like the Mario 35 or whatever the fuck it's called. Like you said, it's like, you know, the 1 versus 100. It's like a limited time event. That's a cool thing to have for like a 35th anniversary, but like because it's like a novelty thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is fucking Super Mario 64 on this fucking thing, and you're only gonna have it available to people for a limited time. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that's what bums me out. At least, like I said, digital. If they kept the digital version available, maybe say a full calendar year, I guess, maybe that would kind of lessen it. But still, just the fact that you're kind of just limiting it in general, it seems kind of scummy. Well, I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing anybody can say or do to change it. But, I mean, maybe they'll notice backlash and do things different. And obviously, next year's Zelda's 35th anniversary. And people are kind of seeing things like registering IPs for that a very similar way that Mario was done. Maybe they'll change it up for that. Well, it's Nintendo. Like I said, for every innovative thing they do a weird thing that follows.
Yeah, Nintendo, through like their entirety of their existence, has always been a one step forward, like 3 steps back kind of company. And it's especially been more so, I think, like you know, everyone talks about fucking how Nintendo handles online with things.
Right.
It's like certain things that they don't get. And I'm sure there was like an executive somewhere that was like, oh no, it'll be a real cool thing to have like this limited time thing. Granted, it's out until fucking March, so that's like a lot. Like, I think if you don't get this game by March, like you probably weren't gonna get it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think that like the fact that it's still limited like at all, I'm just like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why would you do that anyway?
It's a weird move. It's definitely a weird move. I guess it doesn't apply to us because we're gonna grab it. I'm planning on grabbing this day one, just kind of rolling with it. No,
me too. Like, I like those games and I'm excited to play them. I'm just like, you should always have access to these.
Yeah, and my main question is, which one do I play first? Do I go in order? Do I do the one I didn't do, which is Galaxy? Do I start off with Sunshine? I kind of just see like, okay, this one in all its glory. Like, what do I do here?
Well, my thing is like, I've played Mario 64 a lot. I've played it several times on several different platforms, so it's just like I'm not chomping at the bit to play Mario 64. I will immediately be hitting Sunshine.
Right, and I'm thinking of going to 64 again. just to do an order. But Sunshine to me is the one that's like a really cool fit for the Switch.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's really cool that they're doing it. I just think the way they're going about this and like the messaging around it's fucked up.
It is, and hopefully it doesn't set precedent for the supposed Zelda 35th that would be next year. I mean, at this point, you got what? This is kind of me, kind of selfishly saying, but you got basically every Nintendo franchise except for F-Zero and Metroid on your freaking console now.
Yeah, and I mean we know Metroid's coming at some point, so that's cool. But yeah. Hopefully they don't do anything fucking stupid like this, because I would be upset if it was like, oh well, here's fucking Wind Waker again or something like that, but you can only download it for like a month and then it's gone forever. Fuck you.
Right. And okay, so this is a cool way to kind of extend the Switch's lifespan. We're what, year 3.5, almost 4 years into the Switch now, which is crazy to think and say aloud.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, so they're doing a really good job creating new things and bringing back old things to really keep the Switch alive and more than healthy, because its numbers are insane. So I kind of want to right before wrapping this up, kind of think ahead and say, okay, Zelda 35th, clearly it's gonna have Ocarina. What else?
Probably Majora's. Like they would probably do Ocarina plus Majora's as a thing. Honestly, what I'd like to see is, I know this is like a far-fetched thing. It would never in a million years happen, because I don't think enough people would care. This is a purely selfish wish. I would love a full-on 3D version. Doesn't have to be fucking incredible graphics. They could give it the same treatment that they did to the Link's Awakening on Switch. Give me oracles of Seasons and Ages.
That would be cool. I kind of think my hot take, to kind of piggyback off of that before I get my 35th Zelda kind of thought, is that we're not going to get a 64 like how we did with the Super Nintendo and the NES. I think we're going to get like a Game Boy Advance and past games, like select past games, and that would be where like Seasons and Ages kind of comes in.
Yeah, I could see that too. I would love to see Seasons and Ages come back in some capacity, though. That's
yeah,
those are some of my favorite, not even just handheld Zelda games, but just in general, like some of my favorite Zelda games.
Yeah, and you just reminded me that I haven't played Link's Awakening yet, and that seems like a fun game and relatively quick one to kind of just breeze through too. My 35th anniversary thoughts is obviously Ocarina. My ideal one would be probably Ocarina, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, but I don't think Twilight Princess and Wind Waker will be on there since they already got HD remakes. I think it'd be Ocarina, Majora's Mask, and Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I was just thinking I would love a version of Skyward Sword without all the motion control bullshit.
Right, exactly. And they're doing that for Galaxy. They're doing controller support.
Thank Christ.
Yeah, exactly. So Skyward Sword would look very nice on the Switch, because playing it back, you can see how choppy it looks graphically, which worked for its time. Doesn't hold up well now. So giving it that fresh coat of paint that they're putting on these two would definitely go a long way. And I kind of think Skyward Sword is probably the least well reserved out of a lot of the more modern Zelda games. So
yeah, I know a lot of people that didn't like Skyward Sword, and I think a lot of it had to do with the motion controls. So I think just being able to play that as a straight up Zelda game would be good. But I know like the motion controls are basically like part of that game's gimmicks. I don't know how they do it, but
right.
Where there's a will, there's a way, I'm sure.
Right. And then they could do things where they could do, I mean, say they do bring Wind Waker over. They could do like the Wind Waker trilogy, have like spirit tracks and things like that as its own kind of little gimmick on the side.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot you can do, but my official thought is Ocarina, Majora's, Skyward Sword. If not, Ocarina, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword. Just kind of just port the Wind Waker HD, I guess.
What if they made a Zelda game, but instead of Link, you just play as Luigi?
I mean, green is green.
Dude, okay. I need to work at Nintendo now. There's my pitch.
I respect it.
The legend of Luigi.
Legend of Luigi. Where's the Luigi 35th? Come on, guys. So how far into the Switch's life cycle do you think we are?
Oh man, that's a good question. Man, it feels like so long ago that the Switch actually came out. But it's only been,
it feels like so long
years.
and so short at the same time. Yeah, I'm thinking we're about half.
I would agree with that. I think if they're already in talks about possibly there being like a new Switch coming out, like a Switch, like a half step version of it, I could see we're probably basically about halfway through with the Switch. But I think out of like the big three, you know, like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, I think Nintendo in terms of like game quality has been the most consistent. I feel like when you hear like major releases that are coming out on Switch, I think there's more wins than there are losses for sure.
Yeah, right. It becomes more of an event. Like the last event release was clearly The Last of Us 2, and then Ghost of Tsushima was a little bit lower tier than that. But every single Nintendo release feels like an event because of the way they announce it. I mean, Origami King was as much as the game was received, it still kind of announced, came out soon. Mario announced, came out soon, and you feel like you're like, I gotta do this because you never know when they're gonna just churn something out.
Yeah, and then Nintendo's move lately has been to do that shit where like they were doing it with the indie showcase a lot, where they're just like, oh yeah, here's this new game, guess what, it's fucking out now, and everyone's like, what? Like, oh what?
Shit okay, sure, and they jump on it. You have things like I think Sonic is gonna have an anniversary soon. You'll probably see that across all platforms.
Dude, I mean, if it's not a fucking Shower Garden game, I don't want to hear jack shit coming out of a fucking Sonic anniversary.
Remastered.
Hey, guess what, guys? We fucking remastered Sonic 06. Here you go.
And Shadow the Hedgehog.
I'd play a Shadow the Hedgehog remaster. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd play current.
Also fair.
But I kind of see things like, okay, Metroid Prime. It's not. I think it's gonna be like another 2 years out, to be honest. Maybe we'll get an E3 this next year, and then it'll be another year out. I think that's going to be the end of Switch life cycle kind of thing.
You think Last Hurrah is just going to be a Metroid game?
Yeah, Metroid Prime to be specific. Just give me Metroid Prime trilogy, for crying out loud. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's something I'm legit surprised hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure I'm sure that's going to happen in the future, and I'm sure that's going to be something that's going to be timed around Metroid Prime 4 to build hype if that's the case.
Yeah, do that, or Metroid 5. Give me the sequel to Fusion, for crying out loud. Fuck it, fix Other M, because with a couple tweaks, that game could be something. I strongly believe that.
Fix the entire story.
I don't even think, the story is part of it, but I mean, just the control scheme, like making it where you had to use the D-pad. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. I just give me Super Metroid again. Honestly, that's all I want.
I mean, it's there.
Oh, give me like a new Super Metroid
in the style of Link's Awakening.
Yeah, and Samus is just Luigi.
I respect it. You know what? I was gonna come back with something, but no, I respect it.
Yeah, how would that be for the reveal? You get 100%. Samus takes off the mask, and you just see it's fucking Luigi.
Like Master Chief style, take off the mask, and then Luigi popping up with his troll face grin.
What if Master Chief has been Luigi this whole time? What if we're all just Luigi?
What a way to end this episode. Existential crisis.
You're welcome.
Oh boy. Is this where we wrap it up and take this thing home?
Yeah, I think so. Last thing I'll just say is a lot of shit coming out for Mario. I think it's really cool. I hope that the Zelda 35th has somewhere along the lines of this much cool shit coming out for it.
Yeah, I mean, give me the pins.
But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode of the Minigames podcast. You can find Keith on the internet at woo_Keith on the social media platform of your choice. You can find me on Twitter at BadXHealth. On Instagram, You Broke Like Glass. You can find us collectively as the Minigames Podcast on both Twitter and Instagram at Minigames Cast. You can also find us on YouTube if you just search Minigames space cast. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers so we can get the custom URL. So please, hit.
Do the thing.
What do they say? Hit that subscribe button. Click that bell for more notifications for Watch Mojo. Yeah, Keith is churning out videos for that. You can see we posted one. Well, he posted one for last week's episode. I'm sure he's going to do that for this week's episode once we record, or we're about to record next week's. You know how we do. But yeah, keep an eye out for all that stuff. We're doing a bunch of cool shit. Anything else, Keith, before we go?
No, I think that's just about it. Just give me more Luigi content. Come on.
Yes. Coming at you live from the All Luigi Network. It's All Luigi all the time. This is the Minigames Podcast, episode 29, signing out. Goodbye.
Bye.